viewers, welcome to this episode. In this episode, I want to share with you some techniques for learning effectively and also some strategies that can help us to be able to remember what we've studied effectively. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, comment, like, and share. One of the learning techniques that we can use in order to help us remember what we've studied effectively is the method of repetition. If you want to get information from your short-term memory to your long-term memory so that you can even remember this information over a long period of time, then we need to repeat the information to our brain. One way we can repeat information to our brain is to read it again. Yes, you've learned it, but read it again. The only way you can get information from your short-term memory to your long-term memory is to read it again. Another way you can repeat information to your brain is to write it down. If you want information to stick in your long-term memory, then it's important that you write this information down, especially when you are learning and you find some key information that you know you might be asked to explain, then you have to write this information down. Another way you can repeat information to your brain is to make sure that you teach others what you've learned. The act of teaching itself is rehearsal or repetition of the information to your own brain. Another strategy that we can use to improve the way we learn is the method of retrieval. So, to practice retrieval, it is important that after we've learned an information, that we hide the information or put the original information aside and try to recall this information from our memory. Or we can also try to write this information down from our memory. After we've written this information down, we compare it with the original information. If it is accurate, then it means the learning was effective. If the information you wrote down is not accurate, then it means the learning was not effective. So you have to go back and learn it again and come back and try to do the retrieval again. Chunking is another learning technique that we can use to help us retain information effectively and also be able to recall it effectively. So chunking simply means that you put information into smaller units. So for example, if you want to recall a phone number like 0249569150, you can put this information into smaller units by dividing them into groups. For example, the first group can be 0249569150. 0249569150. So by putting this information into smaller units or into chunks, the brain can easily retain it and also be able to recall it. Another way we can improve the way we study is to make sure that we give ourselves enough time to study the information before exam. By this I mean that do not wait to the very last minute before you decide to study for the exam. Your brain needs time to study. It needs time to retain the information and also to be able to recall it effectively. Another learning technique that we can use to improve the way we study is mnemonic devices. So mnemonic devices are learning strategies that help us to retain information and also to be able to recall information. Mnemonic devices can come in the form of an acronym or even a song. So if we want to use a mnemonic device such as an acronym, imagine we want to remember a phrase like World Health Organization. We can represent this with letters such as WHO. So when we remember WHO, we can remember World Health Organization. There are some things that we can do to improve our memory in order to be able to recall the information that we've learned effectively. One of them is to get enough sleep. So studies have shown that sleeping between 7 to 8 hours at night can improve our memory. It is also known that sleep plays a role in memory consolidation, which is a process whereby short-term memories are transformed into long-term memories. Another thing we can do to improve our memory and also to be able to record the information that we've learned effectively is to avoid the excessive intake of alcohol. The excessive intake of alcohol can damage your hippocampus, which is an area of the brain associated with memory. In addition, consuming sufficient amounts of fish has been shown to improve memory and recall because fishes contain omega-3 fatty acids. However, we need to avoid the intake of fishes that are high in mercury, as these have been shown to have damaging effects on our memory. Fishes that are high in mercury include mackerel and tuna. One way we can improve our memory and also improve our recall is to make sure that we lose excess weight. Studies have shown that the gaining of excess weight is associated with poorer memory. So if we want to improve our memory, then we need to make sure that we lose excess body weight. Again, if we want to improve our memory and also improve our record of the information that we've already learned, it is important that we reduce the intake of refined carbohydrates. Examples of refined carbohydrates include cakes, cookies, white rice, and white bread. The excessive intake of these foods leads to an increase in blood sugar levels, and this in turn leads to poorer memory. One thing we can do in order to improve our memory and also improve our record of the information that we've learned is to make sure that we get sufficient amount of vitamin D. Studies have shown that lower levels of vitamin D or vitamin D deficiency can lead to reduction in memory functions. One of the ways that we can increase our vitamin D levels is through exposure to sunlight. If we want to improve our memory and remember what we've studied effectively, then it is important that we add regular exercise to our routine. The benefits of exercise for memory improvement has been widely reported. For example, studies have shown that students who add regular exercise to their routine, apart from studying, perform better in tests compared to students who do no exercise at all. Eating more fruits and vegetables is also another way to prevent memory loss and improve our memory in order to be able to remember the things that we've studied. Fruits and vegetables contain antioxidants such as flavonoids, which have been shown to lead to the development of memory and the prevention of memory deficits. Adding cocoa to your diet is also one of the ways to improve memory performance. Research has shown that cocoa contains an antioxidant called flavonoids, which is beneficial to the brain. One of the ways that you can add cocoa to your diet is to eat dark chocolate. Another thing we can do in order to be able to improve our memory and to be able to remember the things that we've studied effectively is that we need to avoid high fat and high sugar foods. Numerous studies have shown that high fat and high sugar foods can impair your memory. In sum, there are numerous techniques for studying effectively and also some strategies that you can use to improve your memory in order to be able to remember what you've studied. Some of the methods of learning include repetition, mnemonics, and also the method of chunking. It is also important that we engage in activities that can improve our memory so that we can be able to remember the things that we've studied effectively. For example, we need to avoid excessive intake of alcohol, we need to have sufficient amounts of sleep, and we also need to avoid high sugar and high fat foods. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, comment, like, and share.